All right, what's up, guys? So, this was uploaded by Bobby. I feel like it should be Bobby, but I mean it could be Balby. I don't know. I'm not good with names. All right. So, anyways, because you'll say because I feel like I would have said Balby, then they were like, no, it's Bobby, and it's like okay, the W is silent. That like that type of like some Django business and things. I don't know. I'm not like I said, ain't good with names. But anyways, they have uploaded. This was a Discord call between Just a Robot and Bowblax. So yeah, and that's why I'm like, I haven't heard nobody say no Bowblax and things. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead, check this out, see what it's all about. Make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Bobby for more videos I've recorded and given to me by Just a Robot. So I think this is just some random person. I don't think they're the Bowblax. But let me just do some research real quick because I guess this call between Just a Robot and this Bowblax person is it's kind of like them just stroking their egos and stuff. So give me one moment. Okay, so this is Bowblax. I don't know, like, cause I just seen Bowblax. I thought it was two different people, but I guess Bobby is Bowblax. So regardless though, let's go ahead, check out this video, see what it's all about. Probably gonna have to speed this up because this is a 47-minute call. So it was 1.5 it. All right, let's go ahead and get into this video. I should
Hello?
got some more water.
Okay, hang on, let me change my...
Okay, I hear you now.
Yeah.
I didn't have my headphones on because it ran out of charge when you were gonna call me.
I put this on 1.5 and Just the Robot still talks slow. That's crazy.
I don't know. What's up?
Alright, can you hear me?
Okay, there.
I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you, but you're coming out of the wrong... Let me... output settings. Okay, now there we go. You're coming
It's
into
the
my
whole screen. The
headphones.
screen's just black.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
What's up?
Not my sub count, that's for sure. I think it's the same for you.
I guess. Yeah, it's probably stagnant or like slowing, but it was slowing even like to be fair at the beginning of this year, but obviously it slowed down significantly more or went down significantly faster.
Yeah.
Over the summer for sure.
Yeah, I lost like 9 to 11k subs thanks to my drama. How many did you lose?
Probably around the same, but again, I was on a slight downward trajectory prior to that, so I don't know how much is that and how much is the other, you know?
Same, it's a fucking autistic genocide going on right now, man.
I guess, and then...
It's like, no, you just don't know how to do a video. Like that, the funny thing is, I guess people have a different opinion about the videos that he made on me, but yeah, that Cinnabare video, that's one of those videos where it's like, I don't know how you could have possibly thought that that was going to be good for you. Like it's things like that where I'm like, there's, throughout the day, I have like a gang of ideas that like runs through my mind from stuff that's going on in the news, video games, reaction videos, sports. Like I have a bunch of different ideas running through my head. Never once have I ever thought to myself, let me defend a pedophile today and see how that goes.
I also didn't upload a lot either, so
same.
So yeah, I'm not like surprised or anything, but
yeah, I get you. So I have a quick question for you. What's your profile picture from? I recognize Shadow, obviously.
My Discord one is Urgot from League of Legends.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real here. I only know Master Yi and every character from the TV show Arcane, and that's it.
Yeah, Urgot is in Zon, so there's that, but he's not in Arcane. But yeah.
Anything you're working on right now?
No, there are some stuff I'm working on, but I don't really want to talk about it.
Hey, that's fine, man. If you, I'm not gonna force you.
Yeah, yeah. But I am working on like some side stuff for my gaming channel occasionally, and like I'm always doing like little things here and there, you know. So I'm staying afloat, but it definitely sucks that I feel like I'm in a position where no matter what I'm upload, even if it's a good video, it's coming from a guy who people think is uncool. Or to put it lightly, or whatever, to whatever varying degree of that. So the video is automatically going to be seen in a negative or critical lens, regardless if it's even good or not. So I'm just kind of waiting for that to, obviously will never stop, but I mean die down to a point where like I could come back with something kind of completely different and new, and people would be open to it and not immediately just think this fucking guy, you know?
I
So
I
that
know what
might
you
be
mean,
like a
man.
couple months or what have you. But yeah, I feel like that's pretty much the only option that has been left to me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sometimes you just have to wait out the
yeah,
hate. Like,
yeah.
you're close friends with Keemstar, right?
No, not really. But I've been in group chats with him.
Okay, so let me ask you this about Killer Keemstar. Like, remember when he was getting disliked bomb on each and every single one of his videos, like 8 years ago or some shit?
Yes.
Yeah, and he waited it out.
Yeah. Um.
But he also did apologize. Like I think and I think that was because of that whole like that Alex video. And but I think didn't he apologize? I mean, if he didn't apologize for it, then I'm like, yeah, I guess that's just up for the internet to decide how they want to go about that. But from what I remember, I think yeah, he was or I think it had a lot to do with dang, what was that guy's name that was he was like really big into Nintendo and stuff, but dang, I can't think of that YouTuber's name, but they were trying to say that Keemstar had something to do with him offing himself. And dang, I can't think of that guy's like he had it was like the Joy-Con well, I think it was like he kind of created like a little like sphere with him and his fans where it's like the Joy-Con boys or something like that. But dang, I cannot think of that guy's name, man. Like he was, yeah, because he was somebody where I was like, I remember when that situation went down. I didn't really know him like that, and I was like, dang, man, that's unfortunate, you know. But yeah, it was. I think it was from that. Then the Alex video. Then there might have been some other stuff that he was a part of. But I mean, yeah, Keemstar. I feel like he's still one of those people where it's like you just go to him for when he's like posting about like news crap. Like you don't go to him for like anything else, you know, like yeah, it's like drama alert, yeah, but anything else, no.
Yeah. It's just about what the audience has been directed towards by people who want to make drama content, right? So it's like what has
Bowblax,
been the talk of the town. That's what
Bowblax,
the audience is going to focus on at any given moment. So
Bowblax. Listen. Me and
but
you, we're the same, man. We're both Spurgs, so like, unlike everybody else, like I can actually like talk to you like a normal
okay,
person.
sure.
We're the same
Yeah.
race. We're both white. Us whitey's got to stick together, man.
What is that? I think Ace Space, yeah, he showed that in his video. Shout out to Ace Space. But okay, there goes that. So, and yeah, it's like there's a stack of games I need to push them a little bit further back. Let me tend to that real quick. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. But yeah, it's like okay, you guys are white. What does that have to do with anything? Yeah, that's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, just the robot. He'll say things where it's like to him it's okay, but it's like if anybody else were to say that, they definitely would get looked at, or they would think about it and be like, nah, that was kind of cringy to say. But yeah, or if they are joking, I feel like he's being dead serious. Like he thinks he can relate to this guy because they're both white. Who cares? It's just man, his thought process on stuff. I'm like, people were going to just a robot for information at one point in time. I would imagine that any of those people, if they still carry on just the robots like info stuff that he done told them, this insightful information, they haven't made it far in life. I'm willing to bet money that whoever these individuals are, it's something where it's like you got to like look out after them. You got to make sure that they're okay, you know, check in on them from time to time. But anyways,
Sure.
So I hear
that was that laugh.
you're trans or something. You go by they them.
I'm non-binary. Yeah.
Okay,
Call
that
me any pronoun you want.
I vibe with that. Like a lot of my best friends are non-binary, but I am binary. I'm a robot. We're nothing but binaries.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
That's so insensitive. It's like here it is. This guy, he's serious about his. Well, I mean, he did say that it's like it doesn't matter, but at the same time, it's like it's something that over the years I know like it kind of took me a moment more so to not so much as accept it, but to get a better understanding of it. So that's why I'm like when it comes down to certain creators, it's like I gotta stop myself or correct myself. Yeah, I might go back to my old thinking ways where I'm like he and she, but I'm like, yeah, it's like I will correct myself and be like, oh, they or them or whatever. But yeah, it's like, fam, you can't compare your internet persona to what this guy or person identify as, still it's affecting me to this day. But he said they didn't care, so that's why I'm like, okay, I'm trying to like find like a common ground here and stuff. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm like, fam, no. Then it's like, oh yeah, I watched Boys in the Hood a couple of times, so therefore I can relate to you guys. And it's like, bro, please just stop, please just stop.
Yes. For sure, man.
Did you hear about the dream I had about you?
No.
So I had this dream where Nicholas Diorio and Turkey Tom and Augie RFC all contacted me telling me I had to talk to you because I was the only one who could reach you. And I think we jumped into a call together and I said, the difference between you and me is you suffer from autism. I enjoy every minute of it. You know, from that Sonic short, I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah, that was definitely one of those laughs where he's like, yeah, let me to, I guess, like, for it to not be awkward. Yeah, Bowblax is better than me and stuff like that, because I'll have to sit there and think about it, and then they'll have to like clear their throat, sneeze, do something in order for me to like, oh yeah, I'm like, I got to snap out of my mind, and but I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know. With me, it's like it's gonna be clear as day if I didn't find the joke funny. But yeah, that's just overall cringy. I'm like, sir, just from this time forward, no more jokes. Just stop, bro.
I don't know if I've seen it, but the quote in general is funny.
Yeah.
But damn, I mean, yeah, I've been in the drama community a lot, so maybe I've had dreams about like drama YouTubers and stuff like that. But that's kind of it's a little a dream about you needing to like talk to me about what?
I don't know, dude. Like, I'm gonna be real here. The only thing I know about your drama is I saw one clip where Nicholas Diorio said the only consistent thing about you is that how much you love Sonic. Something apparently you got mad at Destiny, and the last thing I know about is like people seem to feel really bad for you. Like they seem to like some people hate you, but others just feel bad for you. And I think you used an AI voice at one point, and people said you should replace yourself with the AI voice, which I can't imagine is a fun thing to hear. And that's all I know. Like I haven't seen a single full video about it. I've just seen like a clip someone sent me here and there.
Yeah, I guess that's what they're saying. Sorry, I'm like really high. That's generally, I guess, what people are saying. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't like mad at Destiny. I was frustrated with the community and their like their kind of force to kind of talk about certain people a certain way or another way. Like there's like biases or whatever. Like if I went after Keemstar like in any way, they would get mad at me. Or like Destiny was like a really sore topic. Anytime I mentioned Destiny, for some reason it was tried to like, it was assumed that I was like obsessed with him just because I mentioned him, even though I like never really talk about him or think about him. I do kind of find it annoying how like there's clear scenarios where Destiny is kind of like morally in the wrong or looking really dubious or whatever. And then
that aged well. That aged well.
Yeah, and then Nick would like go out of his way and do like what I saw as like borderline mental gymnastics in order to make it okay for Destiny or whatever, and then tried to
I wonder what Just a Robot, his mental gymnastics, it's probably one of those things where it's like like his I don't know, like how I'm trying to say something but at the same time like not get myself canceled, because I feel like Just a Robot, like his mental gymnastics has to be like some like an evil Special Olympics. Like it's not, like there's the Special Olympics where it's like, you praise everybody and it's like everybody's a winner. But I feel like with his case, it's like, no, there's some like evil people amongst this. Like there's everybody that's a part of it. Like they did something bad, So I feel like if the movie Inside Out was like, if we were in Just a Robot's head, it'd definitely be one of those things where it's like you would see a lot of homelessness and drugs. I feel like it's just his brain. It's not a place that you will want to get stuck at. It's like you would rather go to Compton, you would rather go to Harlem, you would rather, I'm trying to think of some areas that you would rather go to. It's like there's a lot of different areas in this world that you would go to. Being in Just a Robot's head, you would come out of there, it's like it's just, yeah, you're not going to be the same person, so that's, I'm like, yeah, it's probably for the best we don't get to that moment. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like, you watch like that VHS tape from The Ring, and then now you got like 7 Days to Die and stuff. And I feel like with Just a Robot, it's like if there was a movie about his brain, yeah, we're not going to be the same after that movie. But anyways,
me and said I was obsessed with Destiny because I kind of questioned Nick's logic on a lot of his defenses. So I think he just tried to turn it back on me to make me look bad instead of just owning that maybe his argument wasn't super solid to begin with. Nick isn't very good at admitting when he's wrong.
But he does have a baby face.
Yeah, that too, I guess.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, he has such a baby face. Like he has such a cute little baby face.
He's probably like lower in testosterone. You know?
Well, to be fair, he's a man of size, and that fat cells can actually lower your testosterone levels.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's like, but you're doing okay mentally. You're not self-harming or anything, are you?
No.
Okay, that's good to hear.
where did that come from?
So you been hitting the gym lately? Because sometimes hitting the gym can like really let the bad toxins out of your mind.
Sometimes.
Just the Robot, he really needs medication. Like, nah, it's just his conversating. And the crazy thing, I'm like, man, it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm so curious on how like that conversation would, because there was a time where he wanted to have a conversation, like a Discord call with me. And I was like, nah, like if he wants to apologize, he can tweet it to me. He could post a small little video. Like it doesn't require no script, none of that. Like you want to apologize? Cool. I'm 100% fine with that. But no, it was like, that's when I had very first heard about that whole dyslexia crap. And I'm like, okay, well, say the apology backwards. Either way, I'm going to understand the message. Like you was never unclear about messages beforehand with me. So all of a sudden now when it comes down to apologizing, like I did remember it was this, one video where it was like the TMossBoss doesn't understand anything. He's like, oh, I have no reason to apologize, or I'll never apologize. So it's like, all right, it's cool, it's whatever, But yeah, it's still one of those things though where it's like, it's just you see his apologies afterwards, like with the whole Cinnabear crap, and how he apologized for that. So that's why I'm like, I don't care for an apology. The thing is this. People they can like blow up my comments and me like, oh yeah, it's Just the Robot did an apology video and all this other stuff for you and things. It just, to me, I wouldn't care, because it's like, I know that the apology, it's not going to be, hey, I apologize for doing this, and this. I apologize for lying about this and putting you through this and all these other things. And he just leave. I know that it's going to be, I apologize, and he's going to follow it up with some stuff that doesn't even matter, or he's going to try to give out a reason for the things that he did. And I'm like, there was no reason for the stuff that you did. So that's why I'm like, if he does decide to do an apology video for me, highly doubt it. I'm not going to care for it. I'm like, that'll probably be the one time where it's like, I don't care. I'm like, I would rather for you to do a drama video on me than to do an apology video, because I know the apology video is not going to be sincere. But when he did the drama videos, the hate videos and all that stuff, at least he was sincere and he was passionate about those videos. An apology video, when you just seen how he was with more serious topics, it just, he didn't take the apology seriously. So I know that my apology video, it's gonna pretty much be like it ain't even like a B movie like type thing. It's gonna be like whatever is below a B movie, that's what it's gonna be.
Like Bowblax, if me and you lived together, we would be such gym bros. I would get you a shirt after like 2 weeks of going to the gym with you. I would get you a shirt that said "sex machine" on it, because that's what you're gonna be once you start like really hitting it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really. Ideally, I wouldn't even want to be like super buff. I just don't want to be overweight, Not that I am overweight now. I just don't ever want to get to a point.
This Bowblax guy, they don't want nothing to do with Just a Robot. And Just a Robot, again, the whole like, I want to push myself onto you. It's like, fam, I don't. He's not even getting a hint here. It's like, you're not hearing. The funny thing is, if you just pay attention to how Bowblax is talking to Just a Robot, like I'm just only in the first 12 minutes of the video, but I could already detect that Bowblax wants nothing to do with Just a Robot. They're like, man, if I can come up with some excuse like, hey, I gotta pick up my kids, Just a Robot. It's like, you don't have kids. Like you made a tweet a long time ago saying that you'll never have kids. You're like, oh, it's it's secret kids or something. Like he's like I just don't want to be in this call with you no more. Yeah, it's like I can see why. I can see Bowblax's, his or their I don't know why I'm like, yeah. Well, he said he don't care, so I'm like, I'm gonna stop correcting myself. I mean, if they reach out to me and they're like, hey, can you not call me he, then will do my hardest to remember. But it's like, yeah, I'm like, I'll be talking so fast, and if I'm not paying attention, then yeah. So I apologize. No buts. Straight out apology, But yeah, it's one of those things where Bowblax, they don't want nothing to do with just a robot. They're like, nah, fam, I want this call to be over. I should have never did this.
Overweight, and big, but
Like Nicholas
I don't really wanna
DiOrio.
get ripped. Yeah. I'm not super interested in getting like a 6-pack or anything like that.
Well, yeah, but if you ever do get fat, I'll admit something. I one time got to 260 pounds, fattest I've ever gotten, and got really depressed about it. So I decided to lose the weight the fastest way I could. I drank nothing but water. Didn't eat anything, just drank water.
Oh, well, I've never been over 200 pounds, so.
How tall are you?
6'1".
Fuck you. Fuck you. Like, that's unfair.
Yeah.
I'm 1 inch
I'm
taller
really
than you.
lucky.
I'm 1 inch taller than you, and I got heavy. Like, no way, dude. No way. I've seen pictures. No way. You've never been over 200 pounds.
No.
That's not fair. That's not fair. It's probably because I eat sugar.
I have a huge overbite, so that like makes my cheeks look fatter than they are, potentially. Because the jawline would decrease because my jaw is literally like further back, right? Because of overbite.
Mm-hmm.
So it would look like the same as if it was fat creating that effect, except it's not. It's my actual jaw creating that effect, right?
Right.
So that's why I look because I used to always like make it a point to like because I can jut out my jaw to make it like aligned, and I always made it a point to do that in photos. But over time, I just gave less of a fuck.
You mean isn't that called like muling? Muling?
Muling?
Yeah, when you put your tongue on the roof of your mouth to give you a more square jaw look.
I don't know about that. I just have a jaw that's back because I have an overbite, right?
Only he knows about something like that. Just the robot, I'm telling you, his thought process, it really needs to be studied. It's one of those things where, we need to try to figure out like how did just a robot get to the way he like how did he get to this point of his life, because it's something where I could do like a whole like documentary, and I feel like that, yeah, you think that you're getting ready to make some sort of progression, and then that's when you just pretty much start all the way. It's like it's some form of a Twilight Zone or a Black Mirror episode. Like nothing is going to make sense. Like his thought process. I'm like, man, if I had just the robot's brain, I definitely would have admitted myself. I'm like, nah, man, I gotta be that one that lands on the cuckoo's nest. I gotta be sitting there with Nurse Ratched and sit next to Cheswick screaming about cigarettes and stuff. Like I can't. I just know that deep down inside, I know that I would not be safe for the environment if I had just a robot's brain. So yeah, he needs to, as soon as possible, he needs to admit himself into a hospital, because it's like you're not healthy. Something's going on, and you need some sort of assistance. So anyway,
Right.
So
like I refuse to believe that his girlfriend's his girlfriend. Like, yeah, it's she says that she is just to, I guess, make him feel better at night. But she definitely has to be like one of those people that like she's walking him to the store. She's making sure of it that he doesn't have no panic attack out in public. Like she's a guidance counselor or something. Like she's not somebody that's going to watch this man get down on one knee and propose to her. So it's definitely some sort of strings attached, like she's gonna get paid, or like I don't know, live with him rent free or something. But anyways,
when I have it back, it looks like I have a fat face, even though I don't, because if you were fat, the fat would envelop the jaw and make it look like it is back, but mine is actually physically back because of the jawline. So that effect is there, but it's not coming from me being fat. So does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. You don't want to look like Nicholas DiOrio or Tipster. You just have a fat face.
Yeah, I have a fat face because I have an overbite. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that's the thing. He mentions other people, and it's like, why are you mentioning these other people? Do they have to do with the conversation? Yeah, their names were mentioned before, but it's like that's the thing that with just a robot, he looks at his conversations kind of like how like stand-up comedians where they'll tell a joke in the beginning of their show and then they'll kind of just like tell that joke like all throughout where it's like, oh, they but it's like it's funny though, like it lines up with whatever it is that they're conversating about and stuff, and then they end off the show where it's like they crack that same joke in the beginning, but it's like he does that with conversations, and I'm like, fam, okay, move on. Like, let it talk about something else. Like, it's just his thought process. It's just it's a treadmill. Like, it's just you're just getting that same rope over and over again, or that mat thing that I don't know what they floor whatever they call it on the treadmills, but it's circulating. It's not. There's no new thought process. Like he puts on the fresh mat, and that's all that's just gonna be the whole conversation.
So when it comes to like Nicholas Tipster, like I've also seen, like I haven't watched any of them, I just seen the thumbnails, like people calling you like a bully to Tipster, and I'm just like, I kind of find that ironic with how much people are coming after you, like everybody making a video on you and then calling you the bully. I've always rolled my eyes at that, but like, oh, what's this about you bullying Tipster?
Well, we did Tipster Bully streams, and they were called Tipster Bully streams, and they were mostly sarcastic in nature. Obviously, there was a Tipster drama that happened initially, and then there was like the other one with the Vosh and Keffels thing, and that was kind of like more coverage that I would have done regardless. But the Bully streams were kind of like little mini segments in my streams where I would go to like a Tipster video that's just like random, like him playing Resident Evil or something, and I would just it would be a challenge to nitpick it as much as possible and bully as much as possible to like the nth degree to like and that was kind of like the joke, and everyone, a lot of people took part in it. Not a lot, I mean 100 people watch the stream, maybe like 1,000 people watch the VODs. It's a very small community, but I mean that's kind of what we were doing, and I feel like a lot of the backlash now is from people who didn't even watch the streams, just saw the titles and the thumbnails that were over the top on purpose and assume that the sarcasm was real, and now they're
but Bowblax making jokes is illegal now, didn't you know?
I suppose everyone gets canceled. It's just like you can't.
Oh yeah. Like I knew way in advance that I would get canceled, but like, holy fuck, did mine blow up faster than I expected. I remember, I knew it was about to happen because you got canceled, and I was like, oh fuck, there goes the last guy more retarded than me.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Wow, I can't. Okay.
Then you know what the thing is this. So I remember that night in December when Just a Robot, he felt the need to join my comment sections or join in on this beef that I had between me and this other YouTuber named Minnesota Boy. And so I think, yeah, a lot of you guys probably familiar with that name. Just a Robot, I believe, was going to make a video on Minnesota Boy, but he wanted me to help out. And so he thought like, oh, okay, because it's been a while since we've talked and things, like I figured like I'm not going to say that everything is behind us, but I'm going to give out this illusion that everything is behind us. But yeah, he came through to my comment sections. Of course, in the video, he made it seem like that, oh, he just came through and was like, oh, I'd want to help you out with your argument skills and stuff. And it's like, you're not going to do what you did. And this was all because I didn't want your help on your art. I think he had it built up in his, in himself that he already didn't like me. He wanted to find another reason to make a video on me. And so that's why back then I didn't know that. I didn't know people would go through and do stuff like that, but yeah, it's like, cause I was like, I had just spent the year, being a content creator. So I wasn't familiar with like how people operated when it came to content creating. Now stuff like that, where it's just I don't feed into it. Like, yeah, there's at times where his fans will try to like, no, it was the VA Quay or whatever that dude's name is. He wanted to debate me, and I'm pretty sure it would have just been for like a live stream or a video or whatever. But it's like 2, 3 in the morning. I'm like, I'm not going to be debating somebody where I should be asleep at this time. So, but yeah, it's like I pay attention to that now that I got some years and I got some experience as a content creator. But overall, though, I do remember when Just a Robot, like getting back to that. But yeah, it's like he came into my comment sections just flat out insulting me, and I'm like, I don't know what relationship or friendship you think we have, but there ain't nothing there, bro. Nothing. I'm like, I may call you a bro, but that's just how I talk. I call a lot of people bro. So that's why I'm like, but that doesn't mean that we cool. So yeah, it's one of those things. I'm like, yeah, fam, go on about your business. I even told him that. I was like, I kept asking him, I'm like, why are you here? Like, leave, get out of here. Nobody's not talking to you or mentioning your name. Like, and so I even to clarify that too, it's like there was, and I know people will probably be all like, oh, you deleted a lot of the videos, so how are we supposed to know? Trust me, okay? I promise you, I'm not on Sunday, I'm not, I have no reason to lie about how long it was, because the last time I had made a video back in 2016, the last time I had made a video before that particular night was like, it was before the summer. So yeah, we did go back and forth on each other with videos and things, but it was like from that summer to fall all the way up until winter. That was the next time I had made a video about him, was that night in, or no, so I think I can't remember if I had recorded it right after that incident or if I recorded it like the next day or whatever. But I do remember I did record a video talking on our interaction in the comment sections. But before that, I was like, yeah, I actually had forgot who Just a Robot was, because I wasn't familiar with him. We wasn't really getting into it like that and stuff. And so, yeah, then months had passed. I was like, oh, it's that one dude. So, but yeah, it's like he has like this way of where he wants to insult you, and then he's all like, oh, that's just how I talk. That's just normal, right? No, it's not normal. So, anyways.
But yeah, yours, like, sometimes I feel like yours blew up too much, even though don't really know what happened. I just know, like, apparently even, like, Ethan H3H3 even talked about you, and I think he was, like, misgendering you or something.
He wasn't, but they were having a debate about, like, which pronouns I actually preferred, or if it was any or whatever, and it was just kind of an argument with the chat that stemmed from the topic of me. Yeah, he talks about me on the show sometimes.
Dang. Dang, I was like, this Bowblax person, they made sure. I'm like, Keemstar and H3H3. I'm like, yeah, them some heavyweights when it comes to content creating. You have them talk about you and things. Yeah, you done did something. I think I was mentioned once in a drama alert video. I can't remember what video it was. I don't know if that video is still up anymore. But I think I had said, and so that's what I like I said, I've said it numerous times before. I wasn't good at getting my point across in videos. Like how I am. I'll elaborate. I'll talk a little bit more in my videos. But yeah, back then, I think I had said something. I was like, at 100,000. But I think I even had elaborated in the video too, that I said that at like it was either 1 million or 100,000, whatever the number was. I think it was 1 million. Because I think I had set another goal for 100,000, but I was like, at 1 million subscribers, I want to wear one of those like flame suits, and then have it where I like set myself on fire or something. But yeah, everybody, they just was like, oh, this random guy wants to set himself on fire at 1 million. I'm like, you guys, I think I did mention it. I can't remember, but it was, I don't even know if I still have that video up. I'm like, I think I might have actually taken that video down. But overall though, yeah, the offer still stands. I'm like, yeah, I get to 1 million subscribers, I would like to wear one of those flame suits, and then just kind of have something to do. It's like, people do skydiving, and then there's others that'll go on a roller coaster. I'm like, how many times you see where a YouTuber, they put on one of those flame suits and like flame gel things, and then they like obviously in the professionalized settings, but have like a little warning, do not try this at home. But yeah, it's like, just something different, because I feel like there might be some YouTubers that do it, but it's not as common. But anyways,
been the case for years. But
yeah, well, hey, look at the bright side. At least you're not what's his face. At least you're not Destiny right now. You kind of started with it. I feel like it started with you and Destiny or something along those lines, and now like Destiny is getting chewed alive a lot more than you.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's very clear that he was like an immoral person.
What? Oh, come on. Moral people send revenge.
I've heard that. Wait a minute, time out. But anyways, I think I just don't follow creators like that. But I have heard of the Destiny name before. There might be a time where I'll just kind of see what they're going through, and then get a little caught up with all these different names I'll be hearing. But anyways,
moral people send revenge porn. Put that on a shirt. That's my new merch.
Even before stuff like that, like it's very clear, how he goes about treating women and that he wants to have sex with, and specifically, and all of his behavior. It's just not surprising to me. I don't know why there's this whole well, I do know why, because there is something like definitive that you can say that's like really clear and not like vibes from like various other things or what have you. But I don't know what. People shouldn't be like surprised. Like, oh my god, I thought Destiny was the greatest, and now there's a 180. Like that's anyone who's doing that's fake, for sure.
I mean, yeah, they're kind of fake. Like everybody is a terrible person. Everybody looks past other terrible people's terrible actions, and Like,
Everybody's a terrible person. Yeah. Don't quote them on that. It's like I would say that, everybody is not perfect, but I wouldn't say that everybody is a terrible person. There's people that I've met where I'm like, yeah, they ain't no way. It's definitely one of those things where I'm like, how like at the airports where they're like, oh, kid, now the first class people. When we're at those pearly gates, there's definitely gonna be some people where it's like they're gonna be standing in the express line, and we're like, dang, because yeah, that's right. I never did see them do anything bad. It's like meanwhile we're waiting in the common folks line and stuff. But yeah, everybody they got like VIP express passes to the pearly gates of heaven and stuff. It's like, oh wow, I was like they were pretty chill when we was on Earth and stuff. So, but yeah, they looked over at me. They were like, dang, you in the common line? I'm like, yeah, bro. There was a couple of times where I messed up. There was a couple of times where but I did ask for forgiveness and things. Yeah, just a robot on the other hand. Yeah, he don't know what his case gonna be. I don't know if he is like a praying and a religious person and things. But yeah, overall, I'm like, if he is, I'm like, I definitely recommend you start praying for forgiveness. But anyways, yeah, because I'm like, yeah, if there's my thing is this lists out a bunch of different creators and all the terrible things that they did. Just a Robot is definitely gonna be one of those people where it's like it could just be like just randomly be like picked creators and stuff. I definitely feel like a lot of people would look at all the stuff that Just a Robot has done and it's like, yeah, I mean the stuff like it ain't like no things that he has hitting like no, it's like everything that this person has done, put people through, and it's the truth. Yeah, I definitely think a lot of people be looking at him like, nah, I don't know, man. You gonna be at that area where Beetlejuice was at. You're gonna be looking at the number, getting called in, and see what house you gonna be hunting for the rest of eternity and things. But anyways,
a lot of people, knew what Destiny was doing, and they just kept their mouth shut about it. And you seem like you thought there was something sus going on. You just didn't have the evidence for it, and you weren't trying to accuse him of anything. You were just kind of suspicious. So when it came out, you weren't surprised. That's what you're saying, right?
No, not really. I'm saying that he just has done behavior, not that shows that he did revenge porn or whatever, but that he has the moral character of someone who would do that. Not that I had proof that he would do that.
Oh no.
Person who would,
No. I'm not saying you did have the proof. You just had a feeling, and you never acted upon your suspicious feelings because you didn't have the proof. And now that there is proof, your reaction isn't, "Oh, I always knew." Your reaction is, "It's not a surprise."
I've always been vocal about how I thought Destiny was like a weirdo. Mainly because he proudly platformed like someone who was openly pedophilic and trying to normalize
Mr. Girl or Mr. Grill or something.
Mr. Girl, yeah.
Who names himself Mr. Girl? Like that's the pedophile name, right? If I've ever heard one.
I suppose. I mean, that's what.
Hey, who's your favorite pedophile?
what?
9-2. Did you hear the Eagles won today?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they won the Super Bowl.
Cool.
Yeah. I actually.
Oh nah, bro. He did not just ask him that. Who is your favorite pedophile? Oh man, Just a Robot. Nah, bro. It ain't even on some stuff where it's like he's slow and he just doesn't like it's autism. Like, nah, seriously, something is wrong with you. Even if that is a joke, it's like fam, your sense of humor is all off, bruh. It is all this was done like it was this year. This was like after I think that's what it is that he doesn't expect these calls. Like he doesn't know whether or not these calls is going to get recorded, but yeah, that it's just one of those things. When was this posted? I'm like, cause if this was posted, oh, it was posted this month. All right, so it was yeah, like a couple of days ago. I that's some wild stuff. That is such a wild question to ask somebody. Who is your favorite pedophile? And then he's all like, "Oh, like the Eagles won the Super Bowl and stuff." Let's go back to that question. Why would you ask somebody that? Like, do you have a favorite? Like, that's one of those things. I'm like, you shouldn't have a favorite. You shouldn't be in communication with people like that. But yeah, that's insane. That's one of those things where I'm like, Yeah, it's thank God I did not accept no invitations, no nothing from this guy. I'm like, no, you stay far away from me. My thing is this: I might not be where I want to be at in life right now, but I feel like life is going so good that I do not need people like Just a Robot involved. That is, yeah, he is weird.
I'm planning to take my roommate loves EDP, and I'm planning to take him to the EDP memorial.
Is he dead?
No, 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 no. It's the area he got exposed. You can look it up on Google Maps. EDP memorial. It takes you to where EDP got caught.
That's funny.
Yeah, we're gonna smoke some EDP. No, not EDP. We're gonna smoke some 445 when we get there.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, I'm obsessed with EDP. Like the cupcake line. And I'm gonna be honest here. I think there was a way. Now it's too late, but there was a way that EDP could have gotten out of it. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Okay. Just pretend to be the poachers and say that you have screenshots of me talking to the 13-year-old girl.
No, I'm not gonna roleplay.
Oh, okay. I'll just do it. They could have came up to him, and he could have been like, "Oh, how are those pictures of my shit?" Because like it almost seemed like he was like knew they were grown men sending, like, what kind of guy hits on a girl by sending her a picture of his shit? Like if I was the poachers, I would have saw that picture of his shit and been like, he's on to us. He knows like we're not actually a 13-year-old girl. We're just trying to pull an op on him. It's over, guys. He knows.
Well, pedophiles are stupid. So.
Well, everybody thinks
like, it is. There's types of pedophile. It's like the difference between like a serial killer.
That is so funny. I can't remember the exact date, but the month. It's been 1 year since I called him out on that. So for those that need a little bit of context, so a year ago, it was, a month before all this Cinebear crap. So I made a video calling Just a Robot out on that. Like how he was, because he uploaded a video explaining how EDP could have gotten away with his situation. And that's the thing that trips me out. This ain't done for no joke. This ain't done, like, no, it's just funny to me. It's like, I seen before. I don't know what's going to follow up afterwards, but regardless, it's one of those things where it's like, you don't explain how EDP could have gotten away with his situation. There ain't no explaining that. There's no, but it's just funny though. So I call him out on that. I make this video saying Just a Robot might be just a pedo, or however I titled the video. But anyways, I call him out on it. That's the reason why he said he was going to make a video on me. He said he was going to make a video on me in that Lyle Convoy video, the call that he had with them, because of this. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, well, it's just, to me, it's funny now that you're like, that people are getting a chance to see this. So I had called them out on that already. So it's like, my thing is this: how are you going to get yourself out of that? How are you going to get yourself? Yeah, man, it's it's one of those things where it's just, I find it funny. He had his fans, of course, was all like, oh, he was just joking around. You took what he said out of context. He posted it with no context. So yeah, that's why I'm like, man, people trying to defend him. It's definitely gonna be one of those things. If we ever find out what Just a Robot's last name is, I guarantee and I promise you he's a registered sex offender somewhere. So I mean, maybe out here in the United States, maybe in other different countries, but he definitely has to like check in, call people and be like, hey, make sure ain't no kids in this area and stuff. Like I'm going grocery shopping or something. But anyways, it's you. Again, I ain't said this numerous times. You ain't got me fooled. It's Just a Robot. So
and like someone who's just like gonna rage out and like kill someone like super spontaneously, right?
Yeah, it's like
the dumbs and the smarts.
Yeah, like Epstein was a smart. Like he.
Yeah, there's the Epsteins and the EDPs,
Yeah, you got your Epsteins and your EDP. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you know what trips me out is that, like, when I have conversations with people, like, I just remember the one time where I was sitting down having a conversation with one of my fans. Like, I always think of this because I was like, man, it was to me, I was all like, man, it was a feel good moment, But no, I remember a fan had he joined one of my streams and he needed like advice on asking out his crush and things. And so yeah, it was funny because I think it was during that time, like I think it was like lunch or something. For him and his friends, they're all sitting around the table watching my stream, and I'm like, fam, it was something where I'm like, man, you know, you just don't. I used to be. I was that kid in high school where me and my friends, we just be sitting around the table and stuff chilling. But it's like to have it where there's that friend group where they're doing that and they're watching my stream. Yeah, you know, you take pride in stuff like that. You know, it's like, dang, man, I'm like, I just did, you know, think like a group of friends would be watching me like that and stuff. But all right, cool, chill and things. But yeah, I remember he was. I don't think that it worked out though. I think he said like something had went down between him and that girl, and I'm like, dang, bro, you know that's messed up, man. You know, I hope things do get better and stuff. But yeah, I was like, but it trips me out where it's like I'm having conversations like that, then somewhere across the country, just a robot's like, hey, who's your favorite pedophile? Well, mine's is EDP445, and I think this is how he could have gotten away with his situation. Yeah, man. Anybody that's still just a robot fan right now, you gotta really look yourself in the mirror, take a good hard look in the mirror, and be like, do I really want to be calling myself right now a just a robot fan? Like, think about that.
So what did you hear about my drama, if you don't mind me asking?
Something about you supporting someone who had CP or something like that.
No, they didn't have CP. They were doing fucked shit. I won't lie, they were doing fucked shit, and I should have never made that defense video of them. I just was too focused on if they were a groomer or not, and I thought they were getting overpunished for my perceivedness of them not being a groomer. But they basically sent a animated censored rape comic to a 14-year-old, and like later I found out, like this wasn't until later, but I later found out they were actually getting the 14-year-old to read it out, but in calls and shit. But as far as I know, they didn't have any interest in the 14-year-old. They just had like no filter on who they talk to and shit. And like someone did point this out to me, whether they're a pedophile.
It's like, I ain't got no filter on how I talk to people either, but at the same time, I do recognize, so like even if it's on some stuff, so yeah, let's say that same situation where those guys, like the guys that were sitting around the table and they were watching my stream, let's say if that conversation would have turned inappropriate, I'm like, nah, I'm not. I'm like, that's whatever you got going on, whatever, that's between y'all. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm like, I like, look, I'll, you know, help you guys out with your high school issues. I ain't going there with you. I graduated. Talk to somebody that's still in school, you know, and they go. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, nah, bro, it's just you have to understand that like you have to, like, even as an adult, like just what she was doing, I'm like, that's just weird. So it's like, you know, like if she was talking with another adult, but it's like the fact that it's not and it's a child, like there's no way of looking at it where it's like, oh, well, it wasn't all that bad. I'm like, no, fam, it was worse than bad. It's like one of the worst things that you could possibly do to a kid, where it's like that's the thing. Cinnabar ain't gonna care, you know, just a robot. He obviously didn't care. That kid's gonna have to grow up. They're gonna have to grow up thinking like, dang, this adult, you know, made me do that. Like, that's one of those things, because I still be thinking of stuff from when I was a kid. So I can only imagine something like that. Yeah, that's definitely going to traumatize them. That's going to put them in a, you know, not a good headspace and things, you know. And it's going to probably be like therapy and a bunch of other different stuff that's going to have to try to get them out of that, you know. So yeah, it's just one of two, whoever that kid was. I'm like, yeah, hopefully things is better now. But yeah, talk with people, you know, whether it's friends, family, you know, whatever the case may be. But talk with people, you know, let all that stuff out, let that anger out, or like go to a gym and, you know, to either work out or, you know, get like one of those like fighting gyms where it's like, you know, go just, you know, let off some rounds on the punching bag and things. And yeah, not like, you know, no, but yeah, like, you know, just some like, just, yeah, fighting around a little bit and things, you know, just blowing off some steam and stuff. But do that, you know. Yeah, because it's just, to me, I find it crazy where it's like, you would think like, okay, me being in this big position as a content creator, I want to set the example. I want to, and I'm like, yeah, with me, I might not get as many views, I might not have it, but at the same time though, I'm like, okay, I don't know who's watching my videos at the end of the day. Yeah, whether it's 10 people, 20 people, 100 people, whatever the number may be, I don't know who's watching my videos, but I know that in my position, I have to set an example. I can't say crazy things. I can't do crazy things, because at the end of the day, it's like I don't want myself to get in trouble, but at the same time, I don't want people to mimic what I do and then they think that it's okay. So yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, fam, you gotta really sit down and think about, like, reevaluate who you are as an individual. But it's like you gotta, and when you're saying things like that whole just pedophile conversation that he had, it's like, it's stuff like that that his fans are gonna see, and they gonna think that that stuff is okay. Now they're having to register in different states that they're sex offender and stuff. So that's I'm like, man, if you are just a robot fan in 2025 or any other year, whichever, it's like stop being a fan of him. Unsubscribe from that dude. Do not ever watch his videos again, because he's somebody where it's like he needs to have like a just a visual of reality, and like it has to have a better understanding of who he is as a person. It's not right. So anyways,
or not, whether they're a groomer or not, what they did is just so over the line that you should have never made this video in defense of them. And like I agree with that, but like the main thing that made this blow up is she decided to leak our DMs day one. I defended her where I said things like, want to see my cock, and then I sent a picture of a chicken, then she sent me a picture of her cat, and I went, nice pussy. So people put the simp allegations on me, and I was blown away. It was like, bitch, I was like your best hope of getting out of your not getting fucking canceled, and you pulled this shit. What the hell?
Well, yeah, I mean, if someone were to do that, they would probably not stay loyal, even if you're defending. They seem very self-destructive if they're... Well, I mean, what the fuck? So you knew that he was doing the picture thing with the girl, but you're like, oh, it could potentially not mean it's sexual. It just means he does it with anybody regardless.
No. It was a she. It wasn't a he. It was a she, and she was straight, and it was a censored.
Hold on for a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna just go get me some water real quick, because I'm like, dang, I was like, I'm trying to like find things to do, and I'm like, man, I need me some water. So give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Let's go ahead, get back into this video. See, yeah, I'm gonna try to make it through, but anyways,
censored porn, but still porn nonetheless. And I thought, and they were like going on for 6 months, and there's like no like. There was like no escalation, just like chatting about this one thing, like no pictures exchanged between them and the other person, no nothing like that, just animated censored rape porn comic.
And he somehow, some way seen that was, yeah, that's something that required a defense. Yeah, man, I was also, I guess, like if you're new to my channel, I was also a fan of EDP. And yeah, when all that stuff had came out about him, I even had like reaction videos up where it was like one was at like 100. It was, I think at the time being, yeah, it was my most viewed video at the time, like my most viewed reaction. But I had to look at it like, okay, what's more important, having it where people are seeing how serious I am about this matter, with the whole like him meeting up with a girl talking about a cupcake and crap, or excuse me, having it where I get views, and at one point in time though, I wasn't getting no views on my channel. Like I wasn't successful. I ain't have nothing going on for myself. So I think on times like that, and I'm like, I can live without the EDP video. Yeah, it probably would have did numbers. Probably would have still been one of my most viewed videos. But yeah, it's still one of those things where I'm like, I gotta look at what's right, and have it where, yeah, it might be one of my most successful videos. It might have been one of my all-time successful videos. Video probably would have been at 1 million views by now. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, nah, bro, I'm gonna have to take my chances with other content and stuff. But it eventually did work out. It took some years, but yeah, eventually everything worked out at the end. But anyways,
the environment the adult is fostering with the kid, not like
exactly you're
necessarily super technical things like, oh, was it technically an image or of
yeah
not, or
I was retarded, and I took the video down in like less than 2 days because I realized my mistake.
No, he was getting it. The thing is this, he didn't realize his mistake. The hate started piling up. He thought, oh, maybe I could save face and take the video down. People had already downloaded the video because they probably knew that, okay, with the amount of hate that he's getting, he is going to take the video down. I guess, like, if the video, I don't know if he deleted it or unlisted it, but if he did delete the video, then yeah, there ain't no way of us looking at the comments. But if the video is unlisted or privated, unprivate the video and show us those comments and stuff, at least we'll be able to check and see. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't believe that he realized he made a mistake, because it could have been one of his most successful videos. I guarantee and I promise you he wouldn't have taken that video down if it wasn't getting hate and stuff. He still would have had that video up. He only took that video down because, yeah, people were like letting him know about himself. But anyways,
yeah, well, people make mistakes and that's fine.
Yeah, like
realize it and move on. But the thing is, other people don't want to move on, especially if it's like profitable for them to make videos.
Oh, absolutely.
Linger, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But hey, I was the one who made the fucking mistake. I gotta live with it. What I did was stupid. It was retarded. I knew there was a chance that this would go super wrong for me, but there was like, if there was, I just felt like, I don't think this is grooming. And if it's not grooming, I should call it out as not grooming. Like, because even if there was a 1% chance that they were not innocent, but not like a full on groomer, that the right thing to do would have been to, risk my reputation to help them. And that blew up in my face. And I just realized, I'm not the best person to talk about this topic. I'll let other people handle this shit.
Yeah, if you're asking the question if it's like borderline grooming or groomie, then it's grooming. Like younger people are a lot more, they're influenced by older people around them, right? So it's like just the environment you're fostering. And
I know.
Grooms them to either be, and grooming can even be like, it doesn't even have to be like used only in the like term of pedophilia. It could also be used for like you've been groomed in a Christian household to go to church every Sunday and like.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's bad or good. I'm just saying that.
I know. I get what you're saying. I get it. I made a whole video.
Like you're groomed to have cereal every morning for breakfast.
Okay. Well, I made a video. I made an April Fool's video called "My Experience Being a Child Groomer," and the punchline is I'm talking about like cutting kids' hair. Like dog grooming, but like child grooming. You get it?
Well, that's a completely different. Yeah, that's like a completely separate term.
Yeah. The problem I have is when you hear the word grooming, where does your mind go? Like EDP 445 Cosmodor. That's immediately where your mind goes, and it's whatever, man. Like I took the L on that drama. I'm just not going to talk about like. If I am going to talk about it, I'm not going to defend someone who did fuck shit. I just have a soft spot for people. Like, I even have a soft spot for you for what you're going through. Like, it's shitty, man.
I guess I mean, when you describe what happened with you, I really don't think I've done anything quite comparable to that.
Oh no! I actually think I think what I did was worse. I just think what you did, like I think I did the worst thing. You just did more small things.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, like here's the thing. What I did was so stupid, incredibly retarded. But like, hey, I'm not going to defend someone like fucking Vosh for having like fucking lollies and horses and saying I was imagining myself as the horse.
Yeah, I mean, you seem to come around in 2 days. Tipster has only come around on the Vosh thing in a year, so he got like 300 plus days on it.
Yeah, like here's the thing. You shouldn't defend, like someone gave me this advice. Don't defend someone who can't defend themselves because you're just going to get covered. You're just going to be brought down into the water with them.
I honestly, like looking at the Cinnabear situation, like, yeah, she's still getting canceled. She's still in the cancellation state. But yeah, I feel like that with Just a Robot though, it was like so like, okay, let me like, so Cinnabear, she committed a crime. Just a Robot had already committed crimes, but he also tried to be a part of her crime. But it's just that it was like, yeah, bro, you shouldn't even have gotten yourself involved in the first place. But people had seen like, they got caught in things, and well, she already had, yeah. So no, honestly, no, thinking about it like this, she committed a crime, she got caught. Just a Robot was trying to defend her on her actions, and then that's when people were like, wait a minute, you got some crimes underneath your belt too. So yeah, it's one of those things where overall though, but still, like, regardless of how the situation goes down, he still shouldn't have gotten himself involved because there was no reason to get himself involved. But that's what I mean, that he wants something out of somebody. So he thinks, oh, if I make videos and I do this and I do that, like, something's going to come out of it where me and this individual end up making content with each other, whether it's negative or whether it's positive. Either way, he's like, he has an addiction to content creating. And I would say that I have an addiction to content creating too, but I would say it's more so to entertain my audience, so yeah, there's a audience of people where it's like they're entertained by this video, and then there's gonna be people that's entertained by my try not to laugh and my voiceovers and my music and my gaming videos and anything else that I'm doing. But him, on the other hand, I would have to say that he was more so doing it to entertain himself. He didn't care about his fans. The thing is this, he could change up his content. He could do it. Well, no, actually he did. He did change up his content, but people are subscribing to him for his drama content. So he's thinking along the lines like, okay, well, to eliminate my channel because he cares so much about it and stuff, to eliminate it from getting hated on, I'm not going to do any more drama videos because he doesn't want it to get to the point where he has to quit. And that's the thing, where if there was ever a time where I would have to quit content creating, I know that there's other opportunities and things out there for me. This is all that Just a Robot got. All he has. The thing is this, you take away content creating from Just a Robot, what does he have? So yeah, it's, something to think about and, just take into consideration and stuff. But anyways.
Yeah, good advice.
Yeah. There's some other smaller stuff, but the other stuff is just small potatoes compared to the main thing. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of small potato stuff about you. Hello?
Yeah, sorry. I was in my kitchen getting something. I thought you were gonna talk longer.
Oh, it's fine. You want me to continue?
He's not even interested in the conversation. That's like that's like IRL. They're sitting just face to face talking with each other. He just walked off mid sentence, and he's not even like he thought like, okay, maybe if he talks long enough, I could like go on and do this, and then come back and just be like, because he doesn't care for the conversation. He's like, oh, okay, and that, yeah, I mean, I guess like, his Bowblax does not care about this conversation at all. He's doing this for content, and that's it. Other than that, he don't care about nothing that Just a Robot is saying. But he knows that Just a Robot, he's dumb to a level where it's like, no, what did whatchamacallit, what's that one girl's name that did that movie? Tiffany Haddish, when her in Night School, that movie that her and Kevin Hart did. Like, no, Just a Robot, he is like clinically dumb. Like, it's like he has been diagnosed with the dumbness. Like, it's not like, there ain't no cure for it, pretty much. Like, he's just clinically dumb. Like, he's caught it, and there ain't no way of getting rid of it. They haven't found nothing for it. Like, you gotta accept the fact that you are dumb, and people are going to take advantage of it. So maybe that was the case with Bowblax. Maybe Bowblax just really wanted to have a conversation with Just a Robot. But at the end of the day, it's like, you cannot listen to this phone call and be thinking like, oh, well, yeah, he seems like a level-headed person. It's like, no, like, it's just his processor is not up to date, the graphics card ain't up to date, ain't nothing up to date. So he's running off of softwares and hardwares that came out like 20 years ago, and he still thinks that it can work till this day. It can't, bruh. Yeah, maybe the stuff that he's doing and talking about, maybe that could have worked out like back in a time where stuff like this wasn't really that deep of a conversation. But now that stuff like this is that deep of a conversation, it's like, you can't joke around with it, you can't like try to shine light on it, you can't. No, there's no doing that. Like, I don't understand. I just can't comprehend, or just I can't wrap my head around like Just a Robot's thought process, because it's like it's a thought process that used to exist at one point in time. He's just trying to validate it and make it seem like that, oh, it still exists, like it's normal, and it's no, it's not.
Continue talking, and I'll come back. I'm listening though.
Yeah.
I just can't reply.
Yeah, I think the other thing that the main thing people are mad at me for is oversharing, and I do have a bad problem with that. I'm sure you have a problem with that. Like, it's an autistic thing. But, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Sometimes,
he's just talking.
How does that saying?
He's having a whole conversation with himself. Oh my man, Just a Robot is crazy, bro. Like, this guy really walked off mid conversation, and he's just sitting down. He's just talking with himself. It's pretty much me doing a video where I didn't press start recording. I'm just sitting here. Now my thing is this: imagine me doing this whole video, and I don't even have OBS opened up. I'm just doing this video, and I'm just talking. I'm just doing. That's called insanity. That's called craziness. That it might fall in the line of schizophrenia and stuff, but if not that, there's something that has to, it's not normal. And yeah, he's just, man, that is some sad stuff.
So any publicity is good publicity. What I'm going through is shitty, but what you're going through is also shitty. What Keemstar went through is shitty. What Vaush went through was absolutely deserved. Like, Vaush is someone I don't have pity for. Like, I mainly don't feel pity for him because it's like, you didn't even get exposed. Like, you did this to yourself. Who does something that stupid? And when he came to his defense, he said he was imagining himself being the fucking horse. Bro, say you were imagining yourself being the fucking lolly. That would have been way less bad. Like,
yeah.
Like, just he treats conversations like he is recording a YouTube video, and it's like, fam, you're not recording a YouTube video. You're having a conversation with somebody. That's why it's like when you see even just the interview that I had did with K-Huck, and shout out to her, if you guys haven't, go subscribe to her. But anyways, when she interviewed me, it's like, I looked at it, it's like, okay, we are friends that just walked into Starbucks, together and stuff, and we're sitting down and we're catching up and we're having a conversation and we're being cool with one another. It's not because like pretty much like how I am in my videos, like how I am, that's like how I am IRL. Like, I look at my videos as a conversation information. I'm not putting on an act. I'm not putting on a character. I'm not doing none of that. Like, I just know it's like however you, if anything's, I might be a little bit more quieter in IRL and stuff. So, but other than that though, it's like, yeah, it's just something where just the robot, his just his way of conversating with people. It's like it's not normal, it's not a normal way of conversating with people, and I don't he doesn't understand that. That's why he is in the stuff that he's in today. But anyways,
The oversharing thing is definitely an autistic trait, and it comes from the need to correct people on what we mean, because very often what we mean to say doesn't come across perfectly in translation to other people, so we overcorrect, and then when we overcorrect, we overshare.
Yeah.
And then that can be exploited, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like, one thing I said was, I told this story about how I was by myself at the pool and this family showed up, and there was this like young girl in a like very small bikini with a family, and I was like, oh, single guy, I know where this is going. That family gets in the pool, small percentage chance that I get looked at as a creep, and I thought, my swim is almost done. I'm kind of high, so I'm a little bit paranoid. I'm just gonna go home. And people twisted that into me saying, I just couldn't control myself around the 16-year-old, and I might have done something if I stayed there. And I was like, oh, what the fuck?
well, how did you word it? I didn't even know a family was there. He made it seem like that it was him and this girl that showed up. So if my thing is this, if the family is, so you still think you would have did something if the family was there? At the end of the day, we all know what you mean by that. Yeah, you might not came out and said it in words, but it's like, why are you panicking and acting weird in the first place? So that's why I'm like, yeah, the thing is, I've said it before. Everybody in this world done, yeah, you've been either walking down the street, you've either been at the swimming pool, you've been at a GameStops, you've been at the barber shop. I'm trying to think of some other places. I am willing to bet money there has been a time where you have been out somewhere in a public environment, whether it's you and that individual or if it's a group of people. Either way, a minor is going to be there. Now, again, setting the example, you being an adult, you being, like it's one of those things where if you feel that something bad is gonna happen, or your mind is gonna wander, or the most bare minimum of whatever it is that you got going on, you don't need to be out in public, all right? Even if it's the bare minimum or the full maximum of whatever it is that's running through your mind, whatever it is that's running through your mind should not be running through your mind in the first place. So that's why I'm like, yeah, the thing is this, what, if you know you're not going to do anything, what reason do you have to, I guess, to leave? Like, why is your paranoia and all these other different things, your urges and stuff kicking in? Because it's like, yeah, that's the thing. Again, if we look up just a robot's government name, he is registered somewhere, and he ain't registered to vote. All right, so if you take that information however you want to take that, but I guaranteed, I promise you, there is going to be some stuff that comes out about him where it's like, nah, fam. Because just so you think about it, it's like, yeah, he probably did get fired from his jobs from just stuff that he done said, and it probably was some stuff about minors and things. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they did like I think most places usually do a background check before they hire you. There probably was also stuff where there's like if he probably worked at jobs where they didn't do background checks, or it's like they just don't do it when hiring you. But yeah, he probably said some things, and it's like, no, that don't seem right. You know what? Backgroundcheck.com, Luke, whatever his last name is, age, all this other stuff. They were like, I'm like, now it all makes sense now. And it's like, yeah, Luke, could you go ahead and come in here real quick? Yeah, it's like, yeah, you could clock out, bro. You could go ahead and get up out of here. You're not you're not mentally fit to work at this place. And he's like, fam, I'm a janitor. Like, what it's all I just gotta just do is sweep. I'm not mentally fit to sweep. There's like, nah, you're just not mentally fit to be here in a public environment. You gots to go. Leave your broomstick, the badge, all that stuff. I'm like, get up out of here. All right, just go try to find a job where you're not around people. You're by yourself. Like if there's a job out there where it's you don't work around people at all, you're on the job site or wherever, just by yourself. And I mean, like, you're not involved with the public, you're not involved with nobody, you are there by yourself, you are the only one in this area. Do that job. Do not do a job where you're working around people.
Yeah, you can't, because people will, if they can, they'll dull the nuance of an argument in order to make it look like they're more in the right for, their agenda or whatever. like they're looking for reasons and ways to hate you rather than naturally coming up with one. Or maybe one naturally came up earlier, and then they do that to like justify other critiques that are less that maybe they wouldn't have made if they didn't already, dislike you, right?
Right. Yeah. Like, everybody makes mistakes. You just gotta live with the mistakes you make and move on with your life and, do better. Be a better person. Maybe get back at the people talking shit about you. Maybe you luck out like you did with Destiny. You just didn't do anything in Destiny. How did you get exposed again?
My thing is this. So, and him just saying that now it raises that concern where it's like a video could get made about me and stuff. But it's like, what could you possibly say to somebody, I guess, to get even with them? If I think, honestly, I think if Just a Robot were to make a video about me right now, they would probably, yeah, there probably would be some of his fans where it's all like, oh, like, we gotta, hate on TMossBoss. But I feel like for the most part, a lot of his, the people that are watching his videos, they're not watching it for him. They're watching it to see what he's talking about. And they're like, oh, Just a Robot hates this guy. Guess what? We're going to make him into the biggest content creator overnight and stuff. Next thing you know, I done woke up with 200K and 1 million views across half my videos and stuff. So yeah, so I'm like, yeah, please go ahead. Please make a video on me. I would love to see a TMossBoss video being uploaded by Just a Robot in 2025, because I know it will probably be some of the most funniest content. He would know that's the thing with Just a Robot. He'll say some things like, oh, I wish TMossBoss was a slave. He wouldn't even have to be here during this time frame. It's like, why would you? But that's the thing, though. That's his thought process. Like, I get it. You see, the thing is this: when you get into Just a Robot's thought process, you're gonna say things that's gonna get you canceled. That I usually won't say stuff like that. But guess what? I got in his head. Now it's like, now I gotta apologize. But so that's why I'm like, man, his thought process is just, yeah. But I would really love to see a TMossBoss video. And I'm like, but no, the thing is this: keep that same energy on what the last video about me was gonna be about. It was about to be this whole thing with him getting on me about calling him a pedophile and stuff. But it's like, no, please explain to me, what did I say and do wrong in that video? Because my thing is this: just with this video and with that video that you uploaded before, I would really love to see if that video is still uploaded. It probably is, but if he took the video down, I could see why. So,
and, didn't someone, not one of the girls exposed them, someone hacked one of the girls, and through that hack they exposed them or some shit?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see it as me being lucky. Number one, because it was horrible what happened, but also because it's expected. I'm not the one causing Destiny to be this way. He is just the way he is. And
okay. I think something got lost in translation there. I'm not saying him being a shitty person makes you lucky. I'm saying what makes you lucky is that he got exposed as a shitty person right after your bullshit happened. It was 4 months apart. Yeah, I'm not, dude. I'm gonna be real here. I really, if I'm in a drama with some dude and it's revealed he fucking did something horrible to a group of very young people, my reaction isn't, haha, I knew it, or I'm lucky. Yeah, obviously my reaction is, oh my god, that's terrible. I never wish for my opponents to be terrible people, because that means there's more terrible things going on in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I took it a little too literally.
Hey, no, it's probably my fault for not explaining it well enough. I mean, at least we can have this conversation.
But that's the thing, though. I feel like that. It's funny how he says that, right? And I just remember when him and his fans, they were just trying to come up with any and everything to get me canceled. I mean, they had it where they had, the one I would say that I did kind of just walk myself into that by just seeing the tweet and acknowledging it. I should have just ignored the tweet. But the other one was, no, they actually had their fan go out, pretend to be suicidal, reach out to me, put on this whole thing. It's like, oh, I'm feeling suicidal. Goodbye, world. This, that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, man, that's just a wild thing. Yeah, he probably won't come out in a call and admit that that whole situation was fake. But yeah, over it. And that's the funny thing. He doesn't need to. The friend of the girl that pretended to be suicidal, she contacted me and told me that the girl was even suicidal and it was just all for content. So I'm like, you ain't got to come out and say nothing. But it's just, that's the thing, though, where I'm like, you really have to, I guess, whatever mess that you make, you got to clean it up afterwards. But no, the overall, that's what I was going to say, though, was that, yeah, after he wasn't all like, oh my god, that's horrible and stuff. No, he just used it for content, just like everybody else that was using it for content. So these guys had that video, that idea where it was a part of their video and they just had it lined up. You know how like them like old like war videos or movies where the soldiers be all lined up, they just shoot and as soon as whoever it is yells out fire. That's pretty much how that video was. So yeah, it was like if you they probably a lot of those videos. I think yeah, you can't really find no videos of people talking about that girl anymore. Yeah, because it was like the situation was fake. So I think that that's what people started realizing that, oh, just a robot. I should have downloaded some of those videos and just been like, yeah, ain't that you talking about this girl and she wasn't even suicidal? But yeah, a lot of the people that were on just the robot side and they were talking about that because it was like it was quite a few videos that were up about me and stuff from that situation to other situations. But yeah, it was as the time went on, you know, people did start taking those videos down because they was like, yeah, we can't be a part of this. Like if there's a chance where I can still save whatever, like, or I guess like if they wanted to be a content creator themselves, they're like, okay, I gotta delete these videos, change my name, act like I didn't even know who Just a Robot was, and move on with my life. So, but yeah, it is funny too because I'm like a lot of the people that were a part of Just a Robot's fan base during that time frame, they have either reached out to me, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, what else? YouTube. I had seen where it been quite a few times, even on Twitch too. People then reached out and be like, hey, I just wanted to apologize, this and that. But yeah, and I'm like, all right, it's, you know, it's cool. It's just that you were misled. You know, it's like I'm not blaming you. You were a fan thinking one thing, and while yeah, just a robot's telling you this thing, knowing that it's a lie. So I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad that, and or not mad, but I would just say it was stressful that yeah, because I throughout that whole time I wasn't mad. I know a lot of people would like to say that I was. I'm telling y'all the truth. I had no reason to be mad. I wasn't losing no sleep at night. I wasn't, you know, yelling and screaming in my videos and things. It was one of those things. I'm like, all right, I'm going through it. It's whatever. You know, I overall know at the end of the day, it's just these guys are haters and, you know, they just hate the idea of my existence. But I'm like, fam, I'm not going to change because you want me to change. And if yeah, you are like, oh, well, we're gonna come up with lies and this and that and all this other, I'm like, okay, do what you got to do. At the end of the day, I do not care. So, anyways,
And we're both autistic, so we can like take a step back and explain things in more detail to one another.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
By the way, are you actually really into Sonic?
Yes.
How into Sonic? Because like I'm gonna be real here. I've seen.
I need to no, because I did get that like Sonic X Shadow Generation. I might play that after I'm done with this. So I'm like just something to play while I'm streaming. Because no, that was I was like that and Frontiers. Them two games, they were all right. They were cool. I might. I don't know. Should I get Frontiers on the? I should get it on the Switch at least. Because I mean the game was decent. But anyways.
Every episode of every Sonic show, except for Boom.
How much? Because I wonder if that game is on
I
sale
haven't
right
seen
now.
every
Hold on
episode
for
of
a
every Sonic
second.
show.
Right? Yes, I
haven't
got my
seen
Switch
any
out.
Sonic show made before Sonic X.
Yeah,
I'm not really like it. Yeah, the shows like they're fine, but I'm really more into the video games, right?
yeah. When I was 10 or 11, I watched Sonic SatAM, that Sonic the Hedgehog, and then Sonic X, Sonic Undergrounds, and then I got into Dragon Ball. And then like years and years later, I watched that one Sonic. I don't know what it's called, Sonic Rush or something. The one on Netflix where he goes to alternate dimensions. It was fun to listen to in the background while I don't know.
It's like I thought Frontiers was on sale. I could have sworn it was on. They might have the sale might have ended. Dang man, I was like I probably was if it was on sale I was gonna get because I don't want to. I'll check. They probably got it like at GameStops or something for a cheap price. But anyways,
Yeah.
Any part goes to alternate dimensions. It was fun to listen to in the background while I don't know. By the way, so you're high right now, right?
Yeah.
Any particular brand?
it's like, no, what was you doing with Sonic playing in the background? Nah, it's like, nah, that's a. I feel like that he was getting ready to say something, but he's like, nah, that's just too much. He probably was gooning a little bit to Sonic. That's just a wild. That's something that's weird, man. That's weird. It's like, yeah, you know, you hear at times people that are like, oh no, this cartoon character is attractive. That cartoon character. Fam was out here gooning to Sonic, bro. Like, nah, man. That's one of those things. I'm like, now it all makes sense. I'm like, yeah, it's Just a Robot's Household. It's definitely a Lifetime movie, bro. It's a Lifetime movie, or it's one of those like Sundance festivals where it's like it's one of those movies that you watch and you're like, I now understand why the way he is. You know, I think no, it's like the day I get into because I would love to get into movie production. I'm probably going to, call him out by name, but it's going to be a movie that's like it's going to be heavily based on just the robot's upbringing. Because I would imagine his mom. I feel like his mom was Kathy Bates' character from Misery if she found a husband, got married, and had kids. Like it's either that or I'm trying to think of another, just like just somebody. Think of a wild character in the movie, but like it could have been normal. That's who just the robot's parents were. Kathy Bates's character from Misery, and I'm trying to think who the dad could possibly be, because I feel like there has to be a little bit of just the robots. Maybe the stepfather. I remember kind of watching that movie for a little bit and stuff. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, if they both came together and had a kid, it'd definitely be. Or no, maybe not him. Maybe not him. I'm trying to think of somebody out there. Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm like, he does kind of like look like him, maybe without glasses and stuff. But if like Jeffrey Dahmer and Chris Griffin was like, became a person and things. Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah, it'd definitely be whoever just the robot's dad is. But anyways.
And you're smoking, or you don't know?
I know when I buy it, but then I like forget.
Yeah,
it's like one of the common ones. Like I did it by.
Let me go ahead and take that stuff back, because I'm like, they're like, oh, there's something just wrong, might happen with my parents, and so let me just go ahead, take that back, because you know how they like to use that type of stuff for content. So
sorted in the like cart by popularity. So I'm like,
Have you tried Skywalker?
I don't know, maybe. Probably not though.
Yeah. Have you tried anything else aside from weed, or nah?
If I'm offered a drug that isn't weed, I try it. So I've done some other drugs, but I've never like partaked heavily in it or done it in my personal time or like my solo time,
Have you tried magic mushrooms?
Yeah.
Spiritual experience, right?
Yeah. I did like 12 grams.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
it was more like my mind like broke into pieces and then reassembled over the course of the night. Like once I like conked out, it was like I would literally go from like laughing hysterically to bawling my eyes out in like a split second. Like I could like switch emotion. It was really, and I was out of control. It was interesting.
Yeah.
But I've also done it in normal amounts too. It's pretty fun in moderation for sure. And even that, I mean, that was an interesting experience, but yeah, wouldn't recommend it really.
I get you.
this call is so awkward. It's one of those calls where it's just, if I'm Bowblax, I'd definitely be like, yeah, I gotta go. I just gotta go. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. This conversation ain't going nowhere. I ain't gonna lie and be like, oh, I gotta go do something. No, this was one of the worst conversations I could have possibly had.
And by the way, what's your plan to move forward?
I mean, I already kind of said that I want to like come back with kind of a new brand and expectation of video, but still within like the categories of what someone within my viewer demographic that I built would want to watch.
Would you like me to do stuff on your channel at all? Might actually get the numbers up, like Bowblax and Jar, the two most, aside from Destiny, of course, the two most exposed guys on the internet, like collaborating.
He always wants to collaborate or do something with somebody. And it's funny because like the thing is this, there are people that I went to school with that do remind me of Just a Robot, where it's like that whole like just autism scale and stuff. Like there was people that I had that I was like, yeah, it was like, you'd seen them around and things. And it's funny how like he puts on this act on the internet. I think he just overall does that because he doesn't want to admit when somebody is right. So going back to that night in December 2016 where he was like, oh, I want to make you a deal and all this other stuff. It's funny because at the time being, he was all like, no, I ain't want to do no content with TMossBoss. But at the same time, though, it's like, okay, you're wanting to help me out on Minnesota Boy. It didn't get to that part of the conversation just yet. I think like if I probably would have gave in and been like, oh yeah, sure, I'll take in your advice and all this other stuff, then it probably would have been something where it's like he has like this newfound respect for me and stuff. But overall though, he was all like, I make you this deal. He's wanting to help me out with Minnesota Boy, and he's also, I think at the time being, I can't remember what it was, like it was a video. I think it involved like it was something maybe from Boone Boondocks or something, but he involved Minnesota Boy in the video. So I think that without my part in the video, it's kind of like I'm trying to think of a song where he has like it's like one of the best features of like all time. But like think of a song where it has one of the best features of all time, where it's like the featured artist did better. They okay, so you know what? For an example, Future and Metro Boomin song like that featuring Kendrick Lamar. Imagine that song without Kendrick Lamar's part. That song wouldn't have been as big as it was. It would have just been another Future and Metro Boomin song. Although the original song it was pretty good, but either way though, the song that made it, or the part that made it into a popular song, was Kendrick Lamar's part. So and I feel like that if Kendrick Lamar, if he probably hadn't did no work with Future, that it probably wouldn't have been, because I think that whole album that song was a part of, I think it was just an album to just diss Drake and stuff. So, but overall though, it's like that song probably, because no, actually Future, he did have an original verse for that song, and he never put that verse out. He changed the verse when Kendrick Lamar had, and then the original verse, it was actually pretty good. I like the original verse more than the verse that we all heard and stuff. But either way though, that song wouldn't have been as popular, and we probably never would have heard that song and things. So, now switching it back to our situation, how do you think a TMossBoss and Just a Robot video about Minnesota Boy, how do you think that video would have went down? I already was killing it when it came to the Minnesota Boy content. Like, people were watching my videos when it came down to just anything Minnesota Boy related. So you look up from the reaction video, I did my own exposing video. What are some other things I did? There was one video where I said it was a muscle on his face, it looked like a male's private. So I was like, bro, I was killing it when it came to Minnesota Boy. And so Minnesota Boy pretty much was done for. Like, I guess to give you guys like pretty much what Minnesota Boy, what he already had was like being canceled. He lost like half of his subscriber count and all that other stuff. But anyways, but just adding me into the mix, it really had messed his channel up and stuff. So he was trying to go around, and I think that was just like a desperate attempt at trying to stay relevant and stuff, because I wasn't even making videos on Minnesota Boy at the time being. Like, I was just minding my own business, focused on reaction videos. I just started working at CL, so I wasn't thinking of Minnesota Boy or Just a Robot. But Minnesota Boy, he was going around, him and it was a fan of his that were starting up this rumor where they was like, oh, TMossBoss is adopted and stuff. So the video that Just a Robot had commented on, where I was talking about Minnesota Boy, it wasn't an argument video. It was not. It was far from an argument video. It was just pretty much me trolling Minnesota Boy and just having fun with the situation, because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, I don't know how you would have gotten a hold of this information, because it's like I don't put no personal information out on the internet like that. And I'm trying to think, I don't think I've ever made any post about being adopted or any of that other stuff. If I did, I don't remember. But anyways, but I'm like, fam, that's kind of weird that I look just like my adopted parents. I'm like, I think I said something along the lines in those videos where I'm like, man, it's like you have us stand side by side. And I'm like, dang, I kind of look like them and stuff, so it's like how I guess I got adopted by my biological parents and things. That's how that video went down. For some odd reason, Just a Robot felt the need to add in his 2 cents, and I'm like, or he wanted to help me out, and I'm like, fam, I do not need your help, but I guarantee and I promise you, well, no, if I would have accepted his help and we would have been talking a little bit more, he definitely would have been like, hey, I'm working on this Minnesota Boy video. Let's actually, let's see. I want you to have a part in the video and things. And now I'm like forever in Just a Robot's debt or something. And it's like where I'm having to do all these different things because he helped me and featured me on his channel. Therefore, and it's like, and it's same thing probably still would have happened with this channel and stuff. It would have been growing. My channel would have probably grown a little bit more and stuff. But overall though, it definitely would have been one of those things where he's like, hey, because I helped you out grow your channel and all this other stuff, now you gotta do all these different things for me. And if I didn't, then he was like, oh, TMossBoss, he's a backstabber, we ain't friends no more and all this other stuff. That's why I'm like, it's best people like Just a Robot and Just a Robot himself, you just don't work with people like that. You don't if it's stuff like this where you're just kind of exposing him on his weirdness, then okay. But anything else, like actually being side by side with him, trying to make videos, look at that Vincent Martin guy for an example. He didn't even have Just a Robot featured on the in the video, but look how his channel is turning out. Look at how everybody that worked alongside with Just a Robot, look at how they turned out. They're either gone or they got canceled. So
no, I wouldn't want to do that.
Me neither. It was a stupid idea. I don't know why I suggested it.
I don't
Now
know.
he has like a different outlook on it and stuff. He's like, oh, he's like, I'm not going to do like how I did TMoss, or yeah, how I did TMossBoss and attack this guy. I'm like, no, I'm just going to just be like, oh, dumb idea and stuff. Let this have been some years ago. He wouldn't have said that. He was all like, oh, Bowblax was scared to work with me. I don't know why. And it's like, fam, why are you talking like that? He has like a weird way of talking. I'm like, bro, just stop talking. Do silent videos from this day
Dumb
forward.
idea. It's not something I want to personally do. It can be like it. I mean, frenemies exist. Lolcow podcast exists. I don't think it's a dumb idea to have like an interesting, wacky duo content thing, but I just don't want to do that for my channel personally.
Hey, man, it's your channel. A channel is like a ship. You're the one steering it. A channel's a ship, and you're the captain.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just.
And just a robot is that carrying on the ship talking about, yeah, I want to see a manager. And it's like, fam, there's no managers on a ship. He's like, oh, he's like, I gotta sit down. I gotta drink water. He's like, oh, my brain, it's not comprehending that. And it's like, there's just no managers on the ship. Why would a manager be on it? There's the captain, there's all these other people, and then there's people just enjoying themselves. Why do you think a manager would be here right now? So yeah, it's just, again, his thought process.
Trying to make a bunch of videos for each of my channels before I come back, and
Nice.
yeah, one thing I learned is, editing. Now that I'm back to editing myself, I actually kind of have more of a passion for doing videos again. When I'm in control of the editing, and even if there's something I don't like how it turned out, I can just ask a guy to add to it later, and that's pretty Gucci.
Yeah. It's pretty convenient.
It's just so awkward. Just
Well,
when I'm a part of like phone conversations and then there's just that dead silence, it's like, all right, what's gonna happen now? See, I'm more of an IRL talker. I'm like, at least I could like step away if I gotta go do something. But it's like, you just kind of sit there on the phone, like, okay, where do we go from here now? That's why I'm like, I'm not really a phone talking person. I'm like, I'm a texter or I gotta see you IRL and things. Just so it like at least then it's like I'm more locked into the conversation. I'll have to say, yeah, I'm a lot. The times before where it's like friends have called me and then it's like versus like friends, I'd have to say probably the only time where I'm talking with a friend where I guess it's somewhat phone related, where it'd be like if we gaming, but it's like my mind is locked in on whatever game that we're playing and stuff. But even still then I'll find myself like being quiet and all that other stuff. So yeah, it's just that with me, I'm like, it's just I'm a more of an IRL, person and stuff, because yeah, even when it's like me and a childhood friend of mine's. So like we'll play the game. I'm like dead silent. I like have like call outs like, oh, I'm over here doing this, or I'm like, hey, help me with this or whatever and stuff. But IRL, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, oh, this happened, that happened, this is going down, that's going down. I just got these new sneakers. This, oh, like there's this new sneakers, it's stuff like that, But yeah, overall though, it's just just right. But I feel like even with IRL conversations, it's not good either. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it's people like just a robot. You just don't have conversations with them. But anyways,
I wish the best for you, Bowblax.
Yeah. Yeah, you too.
Yeah. hey, no retreat, no surrender. Am I right?
I guess, sure.
Have you seen Cobra Kai?
No.
You should give it a chance. Yeah, like just see the first episode. If you like Karate Kid movies, you'll love it.
Yeah, it's a continuation of that, right?
Yeah,
Like,
same. No, it is a continuation. It takes place with the same actors and everything, like 30-something years, like 30 or 40 years later, and it's awesome. Like it's a really cool show. Final episodes or whatever are about to come out, and I'm looking forward to that.
It's bingeable. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm actually working on a full review of every episode for my channel. Like everything is scripted out. I just got to like record it and shit.
A massive undertaking, man.
Oh, it is. It's going to be a side project while I work on other stuff, like do a little recording here, do a little recording there. Like my big Star Wars video, that's how I did that one. But
Nice.
one more thing, Bowblax. Is it alright if I record this conversation? I will not upload it unless I have your permission.
Yeah, you can record it. Can you also give me a copy of it?
Sure.
All right, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah. Because like unlike everybody else, I feel like even though I've only spoken to you like one time before this, I feel like, have you seen Rick and Morty?
Yes.
Okay, remember that episode with Pissmaster?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like Rick, where he's like, he overhears someone says, "Can you imagine being that much of a piece of shit?" So I just like, and he takes the beers and goes over to Pissmaster's house, and that's why I'm here. It's like, oh, I understand what it feels like to be this much of a piece of shit.
he thinks he's Rick from Rick and Morty. I've watched that show. I just don't remember that episode. But I'm like, it's just you might look like Rick from Rick and Morty, but you're not Rick. You're far from Rick. You're just because I know that they have it where there's like different dimensions and all that other whatever episode that they I guess if they I don't know if they've ever done an episode like that where there's been like a bunch of different Ricks. I feel like they have. It just seems like that's likely of that show. I feel like I might remember something like that. But anyways, whoever was the dumbest Rick of that like in that episode, just a robot is like he's last place, and like there's that like person that's classified as the dumbest Rick. Just a robot walks in and they're like, nope, that's the one. And I'm like, he's the chosen one for the dumbest Ricks of all time. So
Okay. Yeah, could you yeah, just send over the recording
he's like, I don't care, bruh.
in Google Drive or whatever. I'd appreciate that.
All right. If I do upload it, I'm gonna like put some funny edits up and shit.
Okay.
But before we end this off, I just want to talk about one more thing. Can you explain to me everything about the Destiny situation that we haven't gone over? Like what else is there?
What Destiny's in so many situations. What do you mean in particular? I don't know much about the current drama.
Okay, I thought you had more insight into it. Like I just know the rape porn. Not rape porn. Sorry, I'm getting it mixed up with.
So, if like are you like curious if I know anything like from like hearing stuff or whatever?
No.
Like, talking with people behind the scenes.
No.
Is that what you're asking? Or?
No, I'm asking what you know that it's public because I just know he sent revenge porn and it got exposed because not because the girl leaked it out but because she got hacked.
Oh yeah. I am so like. I don't even know like the facts to even consider knowing anything about that.
You're the same
All
one
I
as
heard is
me.
Destiny and revenge porn. I don't know. I'm not interested in it really.
Same.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, nice talking to you, Bowblax. We gotta do this again sometime. Preferably when you're not stoned off your ass.
Sure.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, man. That's one of those things where I'm like, you know what? Never again, bruh. Never again, cause that was pretty bad. I'm like, man, I did like do you have to suffer this on a like this there? They were like, oh, so there's another one. Oh, so that's a newer version that's surviving a Discord call from just a robot. Man, yeah, that's something where I'm like, I wouldn't. I don't want to be involved. I'm like, I definitely would have just ran headfirst into a wall and just, put myself in a coma if I knew that. If I knew that I had to be a part of a call with just a robot, I'm like, I'm retiring. So I thank you guys for the 15 years I've been a content creator. I'm out of here. So yeah, that was pretty bad, man. That was definitely pretty bad. But anyways, yeah, make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Bobby for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.